Friday night football underway here tonight as the South Warren Spartans play host to the Greenwood Gators. Welcome in, everybody. Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff with you tonight. We appreciate everybody joining us here as we get into our final live stream of the fall season. As it's football Friday night, it's the 6-2 Greenwood Gators taking on the 7-1 South Warren Spartans. South Warren comes in 2-0 in district play. Greenwood is 1-1 in district play. Gators coming off a disappointing loss at home to Bowling Green, 38-8 last week. Meanwhile, South Warren was on the road last Thursday, defeating Christian County 51-20. So this will determine the final seedings as everybody is out of district play next Friday night. Everybody is on the road as well, and so therefore this will be our last one of the fall season as we'll start working on our winter schedules here just as soon as we get them all in. But Mike Cleff is back here with us tonight. Mike had a good trip back to Iowa and visited with some friends. Got to go to the Iowa game last week. And Mike, glad to have you back.
Oh, I am thrilled to be back, Scott, and thrilled for a battle between Warren County Public Schools rivals. Both teams with winning records. One of them, obviously, one of the elite teams in the state.
Yeah, South Warren number 2 again in 5A. Frederick Douglass is just marching right along up there in the Lexington area, and they're still the number 1 team. Greenwood a little disappointing. We were surprised, kept getting the scores last week, but losing to Bowling Green 38-8 last week, Mike, that was a little bit of a shocker, I think, to everybody.
Yeah, I think you're right, and I thought, honestly, Scott, I thought it was going to be a tall order for Greenwood to win the game, but I thought it would be very, very competitive. I thought it would come down to a final 1 or 2 possession in the game, and when I saw the final of that, I was surprised, and I think if you gave Coach Howard truth serum, he was surprised too, because obviously Greenwood started out great. The last time we saw them, Glasgow defeated them, but no shame there. Glasgow's an outstanding team.
Yeah, one of the top teams in their class.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was surprised, and Scott, we were talking off air. I wonder how much of that final score was a mental factor as well, and it could have been, but the thing is, they get a chance tonight because obviously South Warren proved that is right now. The way they handled the Purples, they are a bigger challenge than Bowling Green was.
Greenwood were to upset South Warren. We have a 3-way tie for the number 1, and then we'll let everybody sort that out. I want to let everybody know coming up at halftime, Tom Alexander, the South Warren boys soccer coach, whose team lost in the state sectionals Monday night. Davis County is going to join us at halftime. And during the game, at some point, we're going to have the Region 3 boys golfer of the year, Michael Lang of Greenwood, is going to join us. We'll talk about his outstanding golf season.
Oh, absolutely, and thrilled for Greenwood boys golf and Michael, and great guests. I look forward to watching and hearing from them during the football game.
Volleyball region was drawn today. We'll talk about that. Coach Whittinghill is doing some family stuff tonight. Otherwise, he would have joined us tonight, talk about the upcoming 4th region volleyball. We'll tell you about that draw and a lot more. As we're still a few minutes away from kickoff, you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Ask any woman if size matters and she'll tell you no. It's money that matters. The settlement we get for you has nothing to do with the size of a law firm, but everything to do with the skill of your attorney. I provided personal representation for those hurt in car accidents for over 45 years and collected millions from my clients. When fighting big insurance, it's not the size of the firm, but the skill of the attorney. After all, David took down Goliath, just like we take down big insurance. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today. we always will be for generations to come.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Doesn't matter if it's hot or cold outside, Rafferty is a great place to gather and enjoy some great food and great company. Stop by Rafferty's on the Scottsville Road with many locations in quite a few states. Stop out and tell John Renfro and his gang out at Scottsville Road we said hey, and we appreciate them being involved. Friday night football. It's South Warren and Greenwood here tonight. Both teams here in 5A as we're waiting on both teams to come back onto the field for tonight's game. South Warren, meanwhile, has won 6 in a row. They started out beating North Hardin 30-7, then lost to Hendersonville, Tennessee 27-20. And since then, they beat Gibson Southern of Indiana, Louisville Eastern, Louisville Central, Bowling Green, McCracken County, and Christian County. Greenwood, meanwhile, started out 5-0, got off to a great start, and then they ran into a very good Glasgow team, losing. We had that game for you a few weeks ago. Went on the road, beat Christian County, had an open date, and then lost by 30 to Bowling Green a week ago. So these two teams will get after it. Right now, South Warren owns this series 6-2. Greenwood won the first contest in 2013. Winning 38-0. That was the first year that South Warren played varsity football. Then South Warren won the next two. Greenwood won in 2016, 17-16. Since then, it's been South Warren winning the last 4. So South Warren has won 6 out of the 8 meetings since they went to the varsity program. And as you see, the South Warren Spartans getting ready to enter the field. They were recognized earlier tonight, senior night here at South Warren, their final home game of the regular season. They'll have playoff action. They will definitely host a game in the playoffs. As you see, the Spartans take to the field. Greenwood yet to come back onto the field. And we're still several minutes away from kickoff here tonight. Going on to this afternoon, tonight, this weekend, the regional cross-country meet up in Hardin County. All 4 Warren County Public School teams involved. Warren East, Warren Central in the AA late this afternoon. Greenwood and South Warren will be participating in the AAA. As we get closer to kickoff here, it's Greenwood at South Warren. And we're going to step away, and we will be ready for kickoff when we return as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And a moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
What can a huge law firm do for you? A paralegal can take your every call. Your file may be sent out of state. You're unlikely to ever meet the attorney you see on TV. Do you really want a huge law firm with hundreds of lawyers? If the answer is no, call me. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Both teams back onto the field as we get ready for kickoff here tonight, as it's Greenwood at South Warren, a big 5A matchup. South Warren, the number 2 team in 5A for I don't know how many weeks in a row now, but they just can't seem to get past Frederick Douglass, who still leads the pack in 5A, and they are a pretty good football team. Looking at some stats heading into tonight's game for Greenwood. James Salke, the quarterback, he's completed 42 of 95 passes. He's thrown 4 interceptions, 869 yards, 8 completed touchdown passes, averaging right around 124 yards a game. His leading receiver is Ira Mateos. He's caught 24 passes for 456 yards. And Marquise Trussell's caught 11 passes for 282 yards. Both those receivers have 3 touchdown catches each. For South Warren, as you see our officials there at midfield, led by Caden Veltkamp. He's completed 87 passes out of 126, thrown 4 interceptions, 1,128 net passing yards, 17 touchdown passes on the season. Rushing, Kobe Martin leading the way, 88 rushes for 538 yards, 7 touchdowns. Receiving, Mason Willingham and Avron Bell, 21 receptions each. Leading the way receiving for Greenwood, Ira Mateos. He's caught 24, and Marquise Trussell has caught 11. That's the only 2 players in double-digit pass receiving for Greenwood. Meanwhile, South Warren has 4 players in double digits. Greenwood has won the toss. They will receive. And we're ready to get this game underway as soon as those final seconds tick off the clock. And we'll see what happens tonight in this district battle as it's South Warren kicking off to Greenwood. Elder Dursevich to kick off for the Spartans. And he boots it. A line drive kick is going to be taken somewhere around the 4 or 5 yard line. And on the return, that's going to be Andrew Hatcher. Hatcher is going to be hit by a host of players around the 20-yard line. And leading the way, Jaden Stevens on the tackle for South Warren. So the Gators will start 1st and 10 right at their own 21-yard lines. The ball is just across the 20-yard line. So the Gators starting on offense first. Just underway. Just the opening kickoff has taken place, so welcome in to the Warren County Public Schools Football Friday live stream. Salke, he's under center, and South Warren jumped. All right, Dan Dillingham double checking, letting me know that Michael Lang will be joining us second quarter here tonight as the Spartans jump offside, 1st and 5. Thanks, Eric Coleman, for checking in. Now, we won't. When we have Michael on, we'll ask him the same tough questions we asked you a couple of weeks ago here tonight, coming up. And Ansley Cruz as well. Appreciate you checking in with us. Pass incomplete. 2nd down and 5 for Greenwood here in the opening possession of the game. Mike Clef back with us tonight. Glad to have him. Getting a good shot of the cheerleaders here. On the road tonight, Warren East at Franklin Simpson trying to seal the #1 seed down in Franklin. And Warren Central playing host to Marshall County tonight. Dragons looking for their first win of the season. Salke throws, got a man open. Complete at the 35, out to the 40-yard line. And on the catch, Marquise Trussell. That's good enough for a first down for the Gators. Good look at the crowd here tonight. South Warren Spartans. Greenwood down in front of us. We've played about 20 seconds, and Greenwood has a first down. Man in motion, that's Trussell. Fake. Salke looking to throw. He's got a man here on the out, and right in front of the Greenwood bench. It is complete to Ira Mateos. That's another Gator first down into South Warren territory. And on the coverage for the Spartans was Avron Bell. At the 47-yard line of South Warren. And gets across. Gets right to the 45. Maybe, let's see how they mark it. They'll mark it right on the 45. Give him 2 on the carry. Be 2nd down at 8. Spartans on a roll right now. Greenwood kind of licking their chops after getting beat 38-8 at home to Bowling Green last Friday night. Salke. Now that shotgun formation. 3 receivers to his left. A little flare out there to Telltale Long. Gets a couple of yards near the 42-yard line. Still going to bring up 3rd down, about 5 for the Gators. And they'll get a couple of more receivers in. They'll make a couple of changes. Lofton Howard's one of those coming in. He's all over the place for Greenwood. We are working on our winter schedule right now. We're almost have all of our schedules in. We'll be getting dates out. We'll be letting you know all of our coverage coming up here in the next couple of weeks. 3rd down for the Gators. There's a flag thrown. Pass incomplete for Lofton Howard. A little down and out near the sideline as Tyler Snell on the tackle for South Warren. That may be a legal procedure or false start against Greenwood. And it is a false start against Greenwood. They'll decline it to bring up 4th down. So Greenwood will punt from the South Warren 43-yard line. Watch out for that fake, you know. Early in the game, Jackson Freeland, you think they'd fake it here? where you kick it away. So Freeland stands back at his own 43-yard line. Low snap bounces. Freeland, he just falls on it, and boy, does South Warren get great field position here back at the 43-yard line of Greenwood. As Freeland, that ball kind of knuckled at him, went down on the ground. He tried to pick it up and fell on it. So the Spartans 1st and 10 at the Greenwood 43-yard line. We're at 9:54 as Greenwood gets a couple of first downs and then has to punt and does not get the punt off. Caden Veltkamp will bring his offense up to the line of scrimmage. Hand off to Martin. Martin, boys, he hit right away. Big tackle there for Greenwood. Stops him for about a yard or two loss. Gators 2nd down and 12 from their own 44-yard line. Veldkamp in the shotgun. Far hash mark. Gives it again, Martin. Martin zigzags, gets across the 40 to the 39-yard line. Lofton Howard, the initial hit for Greenwood. Bring up 3rd down and still about 6 for South Warren as they don't waste much time. They get in the huddle and they get out. No score, just underway. First drive of the night for South Warren. Lead this series 6-2. Back to pass. Veltkamp going to throw over the middle. Incomplete. Had a receiver, Luke Burton, overshot him by a few feet, and we've got a flag on the play. It'll be a hold against South Warren, I believe. And I would think if you're William Howard, you'll want to move South Warren back. Now they're going to decline it. Bring up 4th down. They misspotted the ball there. Bring up 4th down for South Warren. They'll punt it away. Ball is at the Greenwood 39-yard line. Back to punt is Elder Dursevich. For South Warren, he'll stand just in his own territory. The Gators will drop a man deep. Good snap, high booming kick. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. No chance on a return for Greenwood, so they'll start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. So the Gators will have their 2nd possession of the night as South Warren gets in, got the ball in Greenwood territory, not able to get a first down. So at the 8:28 mark, Greenwood gets the ball back here in the first quarter. There is no score. Warren East on the road at Franklin Simpson, and Warren Central hosts Marshall County tonight. We'll keep you updated on those scores involving Warren County Public Schools teams throughout the night as we get them. Back to pass. Oh, mistimed that. It looked like that Marquise Trussell, he was doing kind of a down and slant in, and quarterback James Salke thought he was going to do a down and out. So a little miscommunication there. 2nd and 10 for Greenwood. Third region golf champion Michael Lang will join us around the 2nd quarter. And South Warren's region champion soccer coach Tom Alexander to join us at halftime. They give it to Trussell. Trussell gets a couple of yards off that left end. Give him about 4 on the play. Be third down and say 6. The ball's resting at the 23-yard line for Greenwood. They're on 23. Their first drive, they got a couple of first downs, got into South Warren territory, but a bad snap on the punt attempt, and they had to give it up. Trussell, they fake it to him, rolling to his right. Throwing downfield, and that is going to be incomplete. Intended for Ira Mateos, and a good job by Avron Bell on the coverage for South Warren. Right there, timed it nicely. Mateos thought he had it the whole way, and right at the last moment, Bell got a hand up there and deflected it. And Bell will drop back on the punt return. Let's see if the Gators can get off the kick this time. Freeland will stand back around his own 9-yard line when he gets the ball. Better snap is low, gets rid of it, low line drive kick. Bell touches it, and let's see who has it. We got a flag in the backfield, and we have a flag downfield. South Warren has it. Let's see what kind of, looks like that one's going to come back. Hold against Greenwood. I think the back official used it to mark the ball where it was touched before the fumble occurred. So the Gators will get penalized for the hold. South Warren will push them back and make them punt from inside their own 5-yard line. 8:05 to go here in the first half. Welcome you in on all of our platforms, prepspin.com, go.prepspin.com, Facebook page, Twitter, and YouTube channel for PrepSpin. Low snap again, gets rid of it, and it's off the side of his foot. Takes a bounce at the 30, takes a Greenwood bounce, going to go all the way out to the 49-yard line. South Warren once again will take over 1st and 10 in Greenwood territory. They did not score their first time. Let's see what they do on their second possession of the night. Appreciate all of our sponsors that have helped bring us free coverage for you here on our Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Leachman GMC Cadillac, Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac, David Jaggers, Flora Templeton Stewart, attorney at law, Franklin Bank and Trust, our friends at Rafferty's, and Mingy Beef Jerky. Flip out. Running with it is Jimmy Sales. Give him about 6 or 7 right in front of the Greenwood bench. He's run out of bounds. Right at the 40-yard line of Greenwood. That'll be second down and 3. Sales on the year with 21 carries, 106 yards coming into this game. Spartans back up to the line of scrimmage. 3 receivers to the far side. The running back Martin to the right of Veldkamp. They give it to Martin. Martin, there's a flag. That's going to be a hold. More than likely that's a hold or a face mask where that was thrown. And it'll be against the Spartans. That's a hold. Usually when it comes in there during a run, it's either a hold or a defensive face mask. Be second down, ball right in midfield for South Warren. No score here in the first quarter. South Warren ranked number 2 in 5A. Frederick Douglass, a pretty solid team out of the Lexington area. That's a newer school. Are they 5, 6 years old maybe? Second down, about 12 for South Warren. Veldkamp rolling to his right. Looks over the middle, got a man, threw it behind him. It's incomplete. Intended for Milby, Keegan Milby, the 5'10" junior. Greenwood volleyball team. Region action coming up Tuesday night down at Russellville. They'll take on Allen County Scottsville at 8 o'clock. That is on Tuesday night, so best wishes to Coach Alan Whittinghell and the Greenwood Lady Gator volleyball team. Veldkamp back to pass. Couple of steps back, steps up, throws, got a man down the field. Milby, and he's going to get in for a touchdown. That's going to go 50 yards. He got behind everybody. The Gators did not see him, and it comes at the 6:32 mark here in the first quarter. Keegan Milby. That's a 50-yard pass. That ball was right on the money from Veldkamp, who is committed to WKU, and it's 6-0 South Warren here in the first quarter. Elder Diversevich will attempt the extra point. They place the ball. Waiting for the go, and here we go. So South Warren on their second possession scores after starting their first possession in Greenwood territory. Did not score. This time they do. Dersevich's kick is up, and it is 7-0 South Warren. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
What can a huge law firm do for you? A paralegal can take your every call. Your file may be sent out of state. You're unlikely to ever meet the attorney you see on TV. Do you really want a huge law firm with hundreds of lawyers? If the answer is no, call me. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dersevich's kick goes into the end zone, and another touchback. So the Gators once again 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll have it trailing 7-0. So trailing for the first time tonight. Gator offense got pushed back into a hole, a couple of penalties on their last drive and had to kick it from inside their 5. Fumble on the snap and falling right on it, James Salke. That ball jumped up, got him in a hurry. I think he took his eye off the ball momentarily and fell right on it. Right back to the 15-yard line. Going to lose 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 for the Greenwood Gators. Nice crowd across the way for Spartan's senior night. Greenwood Gators down below us here with a nice crowd. Both teams on the road next week. Gives it nowhere to go. I believe that was Mateos trying to give it to him coming around from the end. And it was. Nowhere to go, and he got back to the line of scrimmage. Actually going to lose a yard. They move it back to the 14. So lost a yard. So it'll be 3rd down for the Gators. They got to get out to the 30-yard line. So 3rd and 16. That fumbled snap. First play, put him in a hole. Salke looking to pass, throws, got a man down the sideline, and it's going to be It is complete to Elmo Stewart. Stewart, a 5'10 sophomore, just came straight down the sideline on a well-thrown ball by James Salke for the first down for Greenwood. Moved the chains, 1st and 10 for the Gators at their own 36-yard line. Man in motion, Mateos. Oh, he fumbles it, and it looks like the Spartans may. No, he got it, and there's a flag. That's going to be a late hit, I believe, or a targeting hit. Mateus fumbled it, but fell right back on it. Lost yardage, but the Spartans will get a personal foul call. And that will be an automatic first down. Would have been a first down anyway, but on the personal foul, it's an automatic. Brandon Smith not happy about his Spartans drawing that penalty there as the Gators' best field position of the night for them at their own 46-yard line. No, actually, they did get into Spartan territory. That's right on their first drive. Flare out to the far side to Telltale Long. He's into Spartan territory at the 45. Going to get about 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 for the Gators. Those quick little passes for Greenwood seem to be effective. Salke runs over to the sideline, gets the play, runs back in with it. Clock rolling, 4:39 first quarter. South Warren leading 7-0. See Trussell the wing, handoff inside there and straight ahead for the first down. Gators near the 40. I believe they gave it to Telltale Long that time. And no, going to be just shy of the first down. Looked like he might have had it, but he is just probably half the length of the football maybe. It's just shy of the 44, and it looks like he's got to get maybe just across the 44. Pretty close. Big 3rd down play for the Gators. Under center. Straight ahead. Goes Salke. He's got the first down. They'll move the chains. So the Gators keep their drive alive. It was aided by a personal foul against the Spartans on a fumble, a late hit by one of the Spartans. Salke fakes a couple of times. Pressure, throws as he gets hit. And it is incomplete, out of bounds. And big pressure, Jake Jackson causing problems there for South Warren against Greenwood. Warren East and Franklin Simpson, no score at the end of the first quarter. We're 3:22 to go here in the first quarter. And no word on Warren Central Marshall County as of yet. Salke gives it to Trussell. Trussell around the left end, and he's going to get tripped up over there. I believe Averin Bell came over. No. Instead, that was Jaden Stevens. 3rd down for the Gators at about 13. Ball resting at the South Warren 44-yard line. Salke moves his running back to the other side. Fakes it. Salke gets away from one, gets away from two, spins, and that's about it. He's going to be well shy of the first down. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage, and that is it. It'll bring up fourth down for the Gators. As Salke had some pressure, got away from one, spun away from a second, and then the third one got him. So the Gators, once again in South Warren territory, but this is about as far as they got the first time, will have to punt. Last time they were in South Warren territory in this area, they had a bad snap, and the punter, Jackson Freeland, had to fall on it. There's a good snap. Steps, kicks into it, and Bell's going to let it bounce. And it will be fielded around the 18-yard line, downfield for Greenwood, Elmo Stewart. So South Warren will get their third possession of the night, leading 7-0. We're here in the first quarter at 1:40. Keegan Milby, a 50-yard pass from Caden Veltkamp. 6:32 mark here in the first quarter, and that's where we are, 7-0. Spartans. Hash mark nearest us. Plays called at the line of scrimmage. Looks like it may be an audible. And that is going to be delay of the game against South Warren. Veltkamp came up to the line of scrimmage trying to get everybody in place. They raised up to get the play call and took too much time to do it. They get a fresh 25 on the play clock. They get back in formation. And there's movement on the line for South Warren. That'll cost them another 5. So a delay of game and then a false start, and that moves them back 10. It'll be 1st and 20. It's going to move it back to around the 8-yard line. Still at 1:40 here in the first quarter. 7-0 South Warren. Big win for South Warren a little over a week ago on the road at the Stadium of Champions in Hopkinsville, 51-20 over Christian County. Greenwood coming off that 38-8 loss at home against Bowling Green. Veltkamp gives it to Martin. Martin had a brief opening for a moment, but that closed up in a hurry. Gets to the 10. They're just shy of the 10, so end up only getting maybe a yard. Be 2nd down and 19. Clock rolling at 1:18 left to go here in the first quarter. No rain in sight, thank goodness for tonight. Just a little chilly. Spartan's going to have to hurry it up. 10 seconds on the play clock. We're at 57 degrees right now. Be down in the low 50s by the time the end of this game. Handoff for Martin. Martin trying to find his way. 15-yard line. They push him. They get a little rugby scrum going there, and it's out to the 15. He's going to bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and about 10 for the Spartans. They'll mark it at the 15, all right, so he'll be 3rd and still 15. Looks like they'd given him a little more. Probably the last play of the quarter, as we've got about a second or two difference from the play clock to the game clock. About 2-second difference. Spartans will get a playoff here. Veltkamp, 10 on the play clock. Back to pass, rolls out to his right, got pressure, steps up, gets away from it. Looking to throw, got a man, and it is incomplete. Would have been shy of the first down. That's going to end the first quarter. It's South Warren 7, Greenwood nothing. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Welcome back to our Warren County Public Schools live stream, Football Friday. Scott Thompson along with Michael Lang. He's the good-looking young man next to me here. He was the Region 3 golf champion and did quite well at the recent Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac State Tournament. We're going to talk with him in just a moment as the Spartans get ready to punt here on 4th down as we start the second quarter. It's 7-0 Spartans. Durcevic to punt. Off the side of his punt, the Gators are going to get great field position, and it takes a sideward bounce and out of bounds at the 38-yard line. Hey, welcome in, Michael. Great golf season you had.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, now I was told I can't be easy on you. Now, I had a couple of weeks ago Ansley Cruz and her coach, Eric Holman, on, and he told me, he said, I got to be just as tough on you. So you ready for some tough questions?
Yes, sir.
All right, what do you know about football?
I watch a little bit of NFL and college football, but I don't really pay attention. I just root for the teams I like.
You like the Gators, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you better. If you go to Greenwood, you better be, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, Michael Lang, we'll talk with him as we go through the second quarter here. Gators with great field position. Third time tonight they've been in South Warren territory. They're going to throw it down the far sideline, and that is going to be, is it caught? And it looks like Trussell with a huge catch downfield for the Gators, and that's going to be inside the 5 at about the 2-yard line. How about that?
That's crazy.
You got classes with any of these football players?
I do.
Awesome. What about the quarterback Salke? You got any classes with him?
I don't have any classes with him, but we played basketball in middle school together, so.
Okay, so you played basketball, so that was your other sport, I guess, growing up?
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see if the Gators can get one in here. Under center is Salke. Taking a long count, and he's just going to take it himself, trying to get a little closer. He almost broke away. Looks like he got down near the goal line. He's just shy. When did you start playing golf, Michael?
Ever since I could remember, really. I mean, even like when I was around 3, my dad got me some plastic clubs with a wiffle ball, and I hit them in the backyard. So pretty much all I could remember.
Did he play too? Did your dad play?
He did.
Okay. And then you got a younger brother too, right?
Yes, sir.
And that is going to be Salke touchdown. As the Gators just with a big long pass play, and then here at the 10:51 mark here in the second quarter, they within 1 point here as James Salke on a 1-yard run. Why not? You're that close. What's your favorite pro team?
Pro team for football, I really like the Saints. My dad was a big Saints fan growing up, so me and my brother kind of adopted that.
Okay. That's interesting how that happened. And as the Gators going for 2 here, the pass is incomplete. And we have a flag on the play, it looks like. That could be a defensive hold against South Warren, or it could be a hold against Greenwood. Let's see, as that play got strung out, and it will be pass interference against South Warren, so Greenwood will get another opportunity here. So did your brother pick it up too, kind of like you, once he saw you playing?
Yes, sir. We both kind of grew into the game together.
All right. And how much older are you than Jacob?
15 months. So
15 months, okay.
Pretty close.
Yeah, that's pretty good. You like playing golf with him?
I do. It's a constant competition between me and him. We just kind of go out and practice together, and every day is a little battle between us. Little bets going on here and there.
Gators go for 2. Salke's going to, or that's Lofton Howard gets in for the run, and it is good. So Lofton Howard on the 2-point conversion makes it 8-7. Greenwood takes the lead here as we are talking with Michael Lang of Greenwood, the Region 3. The only region that is not Region 4 sport. It's Region 3 golf. Got to keep that. Tell me about this past season for you, how things got started, and, of course, we'll talk about the culmination.
Well, we started off this season getting second place in our first tournament of the year when we really felt like we could have been able to win that pretty easy, but just some minor setbacks here and there. We did get COVID. 3 out of our 5 members of our varsity team got COVID, so we had to sit out a couple tournaments for that. And that basically cost us going to the All-State tournament up in Lexington at Big Blue and Wildcat. But after that, we played a couple tournaments, and then after that, it was pretty much time for region, and we knew what we needed to do as a team. None of us were really focused individually on finishing high. We just knew what we wanted to accomplish as a team. So we just went out there with that mindset and did pretty well.
Yeah, you did. You know, you were the region individual, and then you go to the state. We'll talk about that and how great that was for the Gators. Kickoff, Dersovic on the return for the Spartans, and he's going to be wrapped up around the 25-yard line, so the Spartans take over 1st and 10. Now, your team 3rd in the state. You know, that's pretty awesome. You know, you do well in regions, you qualify for the state tournament, and then, you know, you're sitting there going, okay, after day one, we're not that far out, but a couple of good teams ahead of you, and they put the pressure on, but still a 3rd-place finish, and you get a nice big trophy and a medal.
Yes, sir.
How was that, you know, sitting there knowing, you know, as you're going along or after I don't even know if you knew how things were going when you were out on the course. Did you keep up with how you were or how the team was doing?
Throughout the tournament, no, but after we finished the first round, we saw we were pretty close, and we were just focused on doing our best because we can't control what they can do. So we just went out with our game plan as usual, and unfortunately it didn't happen what our final goal was of winning the state tournament, but 3rd was still pretty good. That was our minimum goal, so that was pretty good.
Kobe Martin with a big run out to the 45 for South Warren. Here he comes again off the right side, busts his way inside, and going to get out to the 48-yard line, about a 3-yard gain. As South Warren goes to the hurry up as they now trail 8-7 to Greenwood. Describe that first round at the state tournament at Bowling Green Country Club. Tell me about your round. You know, you played pretty well.
Yeah, going into the state tournament, I knew that the most strokes gained will be around the green, so I really prepared myself to get those up and downs when I needed them around the greens, and luckily I didn't need them very much because I was hitting it very well, but the putter didn't really do very well for me, so I needed some birdies here and there that I just couldn't make. Didn't make as many birdies as I wanted to, but definitely went out there and put up a pretty decent score going into the second day, knowing that I need to bring up some strokes, and second day being the harder day, I figured pars were pretty good, so I got 17 of them and just 1 bogey.
You know, that's not a bad day on any given day. Drew Givens had a wide open pass and dropped it, 3rd down for the Spartans, as we're talking here with Michael Lang of Greenwood. Shot 75-73 at the Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac State Golf Championship out at the Bowling Green Country Club, which is good for just a 4-over par as the pass is complete. And the Spartans have a 1st down at the Gator 43-yard line. Givens that time on the catch. But, you know, you improved by 2 strokes day 2. What did you learn from day 1? Of course, I know you're probably really familiar at the Bowling Green Country Club.
Yeah, so basically my mindset for the first day was attack par 5s, but the way that they had the pins set up for the second day, I really just took that completely out of my mind and was just like hit the green, 2-putt, get out, and that's what I did for most of the day.
Did they put them in some tight places, the pin placement?
like 4 steps off the green in a lot of places, just barely on a hill. Like, it was just bad.
So your putting game had to be spot on.
Yeah, the long putting was good. Couldn't get very many birdie putts to fall. I had 1 for 2 days, but it is what it is. I mean, you can't guarantee that you're going to make those putts all the time, and I just work on making those par putts anyway. So
you tie for 9th place. You know, that's got to be pretty awesome feeling, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had no idea I was even in that position. Like, whenever I was playing, I was just focused on doing me and let everything else fall into place afterwards, and luckily I was able to get that top 10 finish.
Spartans, 2nd and 10. Martin on the carry to the 40, and a host of Gators are right there. Now, we were hoping to have Emma Harmon on, but she's competing in a tournament this weekend, and I saw where she was competing this afternoon. Your tournament schedule, are you done for the year, or are you going to try to play a few more?
I'm absolutely going to keep playing. I'm playing in a tournament in Lexington coming up today, and then me and my brother go down to North Carolina for another 2-day down there. That was pretty big, and basically just filling up every weekend with tournaments, trying to get up that exposure to college coaches out there.
8:50 here in the first half. 8-7 Greenwood leading South Warren. South Warren moving, and they get it off just in time. Going to throw it down the sideline for Bell. Bell waits, and it is going to be incomplete. Down around the 10-yard line. Or are they? Well, no, we got the side official here saying it was a completed pass, and then the back judge said incomplete. They're going to get together and talk about it. And that would be a first down for the Spartans. And it is first and go. Wow, what a catch by Averin Bell down around the 6-yard line. Ever had any interest in playing football?
I played a little bit when I was younger, but I was kind of smaller than all the other kids and didn't really like getting hit very hard very much. So I just kind of stepped away from that and focused on – I really just played basketball and golf growing up.
Here's the give on the right side to Martin. Martin, and he's down around the goal line. Touchdown. Kobe Martin is going to get in on the 6-yard run. They give South Warren the lead now at 13-8. It comes at the 8:28 mark here in the second quarter. We're talking with Michael Lang of the Greenwood golf team. Finished third at the recent Leachman Buick GMC Cadillac State Golf Championships at the Bowling Green Country Club. Let's see what South Warren does here. They're going to go for two. Now they're going to line up. Durcevic will attempt the extra point. And it is up. And the Spartans lead it 14-8. As we'll keep it right here as we're talking with Michael Lang of Greenwood. So 14-8, South Warren leading. What's your favorite part, or should I say, what's the best part of your golf game?
It kind of fluctuates week to week, but I like to try to keep my putting pretty solid because you can be hitting the ball really bad and make 15-footers for par all day and be fine. So that's the one thing that I try to keep consistent the whole time is my putting, really, and as well as my chipping, because chipping helps a lot too whenever you're not striking it well and you're missing those greens. So just really the short game.
So when you go do a practice round, do you take turns working on, well, I'm going to work on my drives this time, my short game, my pitching wedge, or my putting game? Do you go with a specific to a practice round?
So usually I don't focus too much on how I'm hitting it before, like during the practice round. I usually just get a feel for like how the greens react and how the rough feels whenever my club goes through it, if it grabs my club, if I can sweep through it real easy. And I just focus on like the course aspects of it, like things I can't change. Because
here comes Andrew Hatcher down the sideline out near midfield on a big run. Durcevic and there's a late flag. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike against South Warren. That's going to tack on 15 more. Wow. Nice run back by Andrew Hatcher there. Classes with Andrew?
I've had quite a few classes. We went to elementary school together, and we grew up pretty good friends.
Which elementary school did you go to?
Alvaton Elementary.
Alvaton, okay. I'm an old Cumberland Trace guy myself.
Yeah, I have some Cumberland Trace friends too.
Yeah, that's back when it was in the old location.
Yeah.
Back before they did any improvements on it. So I go way back there before they moved it to the new school and everything. It's kind of unique how they did the school back when they built it. Had little pods, the way they did that. So Greenwood now at the South Warren 34-yard line. So they're going to try to retake the lead. Back to pass. Throwing downfield, got a man, and it is off the fingertips of Ira Mateos. Boy, has he got some speed, huh?
He's quick.
He is definitely quick. Now, when you played basketball, what position did you play?
Just guard, point guard, shooting guard, whatever coach needed me in for that specific game.
Give me the ball, let me shoot?
Yeah. Kind of just sat in the corner, waited for an open shot, and then mainly defense. I'd like to play defense a lot.
Okay, I was starting to say you didn't just stand there and let everybody go down floor and then you come back. Right?
I like to play defense more than anything.
All right, good deal. We're talking with Michael Lang, the golfer from Greenwood High School. The give on the carry here, and maybe to the 35. Fumble, but I believe they're going to say it was down. Got a little confusion here. It's Trussell and waiting for some. Okay, now they never really clarified until right now. Okay, so it'll be 3rd down and just about 10 for Greenwood. In the Greenwood on the offense at the South Warren 34-yard line. Nice cool evening, mid-50s. What's your ideal golfing weather that you like to play in?
72 and sunny. No wind is just usually around the afternoon time during the summer. It's pretty ideal out there.
On the carry for Greenwood, not much gained by Jalen Brock, and there's a flag thrown that's probably in the area of a hold against Greenwood. And that'll move them back. So during the October, that first week of October, the state golf championship, we had some really nice weather for you to play.
We did. It was very nice. It was definitely a different setting than last year's state tournament. It was freezing cold, and early in the morning it's even more cold. So definitely nice to have that warm weather.
Well, and you never know what you're going to get in October. But, if you play year-round, you got to be prepared to play in anything, don't you?
Absolutely.
Unless it's lightning or just a heavy downpour, at a state tournament, you got to swing them.
Yes, sir.
I'll tell you, my daughter played regional tournament. It was over at Dale Hall. No, I'm trying to remember where it was, but it came a flood. So we had to stand out on the course for it to quit, and then finish up. And it was sitting there holding an umbrella, and she's just sitting there waiting, just one of those days, and then, here you're already soaking wet.
Yeah, I can't stand playing in the rain. It's my biggest pet peeve. I hate it.
Throwing downfield intended for Lofton Howard, and the pass is incomplete, and there will be a 4th down for the Gators. They'll have to punt it. It is 4th and 20. As we are at the 6:59 mark here. Have you ever done any interviews like this before?
Not recently until this year. After winning region, I had an interview with BG Daily News and then WBKO after that, and then this is my 3rd one.
All right, awesome. Well, it seems like you've done some homework or done some practicing. You're doing quite well. Just thought I'd let you know.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, and I appreciate Dan Dillingham reaching out. Wanted to get you on here and talk about this as low line drive kick. And it takes a South Warren bounce. Will be down at the 25-yard line. All right, got a flag. Truth be known, who's the better golfer, you or your brother?
Oh, that's a hard question. That's a very controversial
Does it depend on the day?
It depends on the day, definitely. I'll say that.
Okay.
But we definitely have our different strides. He'll be playing good one week. I'll be playing good another week. But in some aspects of the game, I'd say he's better than me at, but I'm also better than him in other aspects. So
at the regional tournament, you were a little better than him, weren't you?
Honestly, I think he should have won. Me and him were tied. He missed a very short par putt that I don't think he would have missed normally, but he was looking at the scoreboard the whole time he was playing, and I think that really just messes with his head. And me, on the other hand, I didn't check my phone or anything to see the live scoring, and just kind of kept playing my game.
And the punt's going to be down at the South Warren 35, so the Spartans will have great field position from their own 35 with 6:31 to go. So you think he was looking, going, I got to beat my brother, I got to beat my brother?
I don't know about that.
Did y'all talk about that after it was over with?
A day before, I was like, Jacob, I'm going to win the region championship. And he was like, no, I am. And I was like, I guess we'll see tomorrow. But going into the region championship, I was just not hitting it good. So I was really dialing in on that short game. And then on the range of the region championship, I just kind of found a swing that I could manage throughout the course, just kind of poke it out there, not necessarily hit it my farthest that I normally hit it, but just straight and short, and that's what I played the whole round.
That was at Rolling Hills in Russellville, wasn't it?
Yes, sir.
Hadn't played that in years, so how's that course down there right now?
They got it in pretty good shape for the region tournament. I mean, it's a very gettable course if you're hitting it longer, but there's definitely some weird holes out there, like number 2 is a long par 3. You kind of have to, if they have the pin on the right, they got a tree kind of blocking that pin, so you have to play cut. Just some weird holes like that where it's just some course management stuff and just having to accept that par's a good score on that hole and you can't really attack the pin.
Veldkamp's pass to Dersovic is good for a first down. Spartans at their own 46-yard line. Martin just kind of jitterbugs his way into Greenwood territory to around the 47-yard line. Now making the all-region team. Several of you Gators made the all-region team by the KGCA. That's a pretty big honor.
Yes, sir. We just kind of play our game throughout the season, get those all-state points because that's how they determine that. So we just kind of do our own thing. We never really thought of anything individually. We just had a team goal, and that's what we focused on. And all the individual stuff that came on later was definitely the cherry on top.
If it wasn't for Paul Smith, Kobe Martin would still be on his way down to the goal line, but he got a big paw on him, and that stops Kobe Martin at the 41, a first down for South Warren at the Greenwood 41. 14-8, South Warren leading here in the first half at the 5:28 mark. Veldkamp in the shotgun, throws it out, and that is going to be complete over there. And Keegan Milby out of bounds, maybe. It looks like they're going to lose a yard. You like any other sports other than, I know you said you like pro football. Is there anything else you like other than golf and football?
College basketball, I really enjoy watching that because in the NBA, I feel like they just don't really care anymore, you know. And college, they're still wanting it, and I really like watching those games.
I'm with you on the same way. Give it to Martin. Martin jutes his way down across the 35, just shy of the 35. Going to bring up third down, about 6 for the Spartans. Do you make many of your school athletic events, or a lot of times you out on the practice or at a tournament?
I try to balance a little bit of both of it. If I do show up, I'm probably in golf clothes, so I try to go to as many as I can. But golf is definitely the first priority.
Veldkamp surveys the Greenwood defense. Ball on that far hash mark. Gives it to Martin. Martin ducks his head, and he's going to be just shy of the first down to around the 31-yard line. In there helping Elmo Stewart for the Gators, making sure he doesn't get any farther. And we've got an official timeout on the field at the moment. Not sure what they're checking. Oh, they're going to measure. Okay, it's that close. I didn't realize he was that close. I thought he had a little bit more to go. What do you think? Did he get it?
Nah.
Okay, you think the Gator defense held him, huh? And they stretched the chain, and it says you're right on it. It's about the length of the football. Okay. So Michael Lang says it's short. The chains proved him right there. We're at 4:05 to go here in the first half. Tell me about your other teammates, Sonny and the rest, Mason and the rest of the guys. That you guys really played well together.
Yeah, so Sonny played JV for most of the year last year, and we all know he was going to grind his butt off during the offseason, and that's what he did. He really worked on he's a smaller guy, so he worked on getting that swing speed up and gaining some distance, and he's always been really good at short game, and he really just showed us that this year with all of his scores coming in. And then Mason, he was kind of new to golf going into his freshman year, and we kind of played with him throughout the offseason, playing in tournaments together and stuff like that. And it was really good just to see him do good this year, being his senior year and all.
All right, Veldkamp just went straight ahead, got the first down, so the Spartans keep the drive alive. Clock rolling at 3:48. Veldkamp, 1st and 10 for the Spartans, right around the 30-yard line of Greenwood. Gators led briefly at 8-7. Throw down the far sideline, and it is going to be complete to Milby. Milby got a little push over there. No flag thrown, but the Gators complete the pass. And the Spartans will hurry up as the ball is placed inside the 10, right around the 9-yard line. Veldkamp gets everybody situated. Given there to Luke Burton. inside the, let's see, is he inside the 5 to about the 3-yard line. So the Spartans hurried up, not giving the defense much time to get ready. Throw to Bell, trying to make a one-handed catch, but defense from Andrew Hatcher right there. What's your favorite subject in school?
I'd probably have to say math, just because I find it easy for me to do. I don't know. I just like math for some reason. I always grew up doing a lot of math and being gifted in math. So I just kind of like that stuff.
All right, what do you plan on majoring in college?
That's a good question.
We're undecided at the moment,
Yeah,
huh?
pretty undecided.
Luke Burton straight ahead. He's going to be stopped just shy of the goal line. He hit the ground, didn't cross the goal line. So it'll be, 4th and 1 for the Spartans right at the 1-yard line. As you get a good look at the down marker there. And we're going to have a timeout. Greenwood will take a timeout trying to slow the Spartan offense down. It's 14-8 with 2:42 to go here in the first half. We're talking with Michael Lang of Greenwood. Team finished 3rd at the recent state championships. Finished tied for 9th. What are you looking forward to now that the state championships are over with? What do you look forward to about playing golf now?
Just really improving on my game in all aspects. I mean, that's what the off season's for, and definitely can make some pretty big swing changes and help make my game more consistent throughout the next coming high school season.
Now, do you go somewhere to take lessons, or do you do them locally?
I go to Grover Justice up in Lexington. My uncle played at UK for golf, and Grover Justice also did, and that's how we kind of met with him, and then we've been going to him for about a year now.
Okay. Everybody does something different. I know there's people all over that work with different golfers throughout this area, and this area's really been blessed with a lot of great golfers for many, many years, and you guys are carrying on the tradition. Straight ahead, they're going, and did he get across? Touchdown. They say on the far side that the Spartans score, and that's Caden Veltkamp with a 1-yard run. Going to come at the 2:36 mark. And now the Spartans go up 20-8. Now they hurry up for the 2-point conversion, and Luke Burton gets in a 2-point conversion. And that makes it 22-8 now, South Warren. Did you go to the game last week with Bowling Green for the Gators?
I did.
A little disappointing, wasn't it?
Yeah, hate to say it, but I left at halftime. I really wasn't trying to stand out there. It started sprinkling on us. I was getting cold, and I was like, I'm just going to leave.
Well, and plus I know that game had a little delay right after it started. You had a little lightning delay over there.
Yeah, we just sat in the car getting all toasty and warm in there.
Kind of hated to get out and go back in, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All right, the Gators now trailing 22-8 to South Warren as we're down to 2:36. Coming up at halftime, South Warren boys soccer coach Tom Alexander will join us. Of course, a year ago they were state runners-up, and then this year they lost in the sectionals on Monday night at Davis County. We'll talk about his season, and as we'll finish up here with Michael Lang of Greenwood. And you have some colleges on your list. You got some people looking at you for the future?
Not as of now, but that's definitely one of the goals I have for this off season, just to put my name out there. I've had emails sent out to a lot of college coaches and yet to have a reply, but it is kind of early. I sent them probably about a week ago, so.
They give it on the little handoff reverse there on the return, and that was telltale long, but there's a flag thrown. Sorry.
I was just saying I just want to have as much exposure as I can during this offseason to college coaches and put up some scores I can send to them and just keep on adding to my resume.
Now, would it be, since there's a year or so difference between you and your brother, go your separate ways, or would you both consider playing college golf, or does he even want to play college golf?
He definitely wants to play college golf, and us playing on the same college team definitely could be a possibility if the right team gives both of us the opportunity to do so. But probably going to go our separate ways. and maybe see each other in a college tournament or two.
Ooh,
but
head to head, huh?
yeah.
Now, you've never faced each other, I guess, on separate teams ever, have you?
Never.
Never.
Just individual tournaments we kind of played.
Yeah, right, but not as far as a team.
Yeah, as far as a team, no.
Well, you got a little time to worry about that as the Gators keep it on the ground, deep in their own territory. They give it to to Trussell down at 220 mark. Well, I'm going to let you go, Michael. I appreciate you stopping in and talking with us, telling us about your golfing, and we want to wish you the best of luck. Stay in touch with us, and we look forward to following your future successes.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
All right, that's Michael Lang of Greenwood golf team. Finished tied for 9th at the state championships, and also his team finishing in 3rd place at the state. Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it. Let him get out there and join his friends and family out there as the Gators try to do something here, and a sack. Grant Guvas, the senior, with a sack. Very well-spoken young man. Come on in here, Tom. Have a seat. We get these people in and out here. Tom Alexander, getting him in out of the weather here. Let him warm up a little bit. It's a little chilly out there. The Gators here with a minute 27, trailing 22-8. We'll talk with Tom at halftime. Another outstanding season for the South Warren boys soccer program. Telltale long in motion, and we got a flag. That's going to be against South Warren, offsides. So we wish Michael Lang the best of luck in his future golf endeavors. Golf coaches, somebody's got to pick him up. You know, you don't win a region and finish tied for 9th in the state without being pretty good. So hopefully somebody will get in on him here very soon. Gators, I would think, would be conservative here as we're down to a minute 10 in the first half, 3rd down about 5. And I think they're going to take a timeout. And they will. Timeout. Greenwood trailing South Warren 22-8. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network. Visit one of our favorite places to hang out, just eat. Visit with friends. That's at Rafferty's. The Gators trailing by 2 scores here. They ride it, give it, and it is intercepted. The Spartans coming away with it. Jaden Stevens with a nice one-hand grab on a deflected pass, and the Spartans will have a minute 4 to work with deep in South Warren territory. We'll go ahead and let Tom get the headset on here. Welcome Tom Alexander in, the South Warren boys soccer coach, the only boys soccer coach in the history of the program, if I'm not mistaken, right?
That's correct.
You started the program. God, I can't believe I've known you that long.
It's been a long time.
Long time, hadn't it? The Spartan team coming up with a big turnover here, and they'll go to work. We appreciate Michael Lang. Great job throughout the second quarter. The golfer from Greenwood tied for 9th at the state, team 3rd. We appreciate him joining us. Now the Spartans come up. Veldkamp directing the players where he wants to position them. 22-8. He seems ready. He gets set, looking to pass. They're going to try to strike quickly down the sideline, and it is incomplete. Tried to go into Dersovic. Tanner Trent on the coverage for South Warren. We'll talk with Tom here in just a moment. Didn't want to bring the kids out on a cool evening, huh?
No, they're staying at home with Mom.
I don't blame you. Yeah. Got you out of duty a little bit, didn't I? Hi, Alex, if you're watching, Alex. I promise you, he's here with me. He's not out running around. He's here. We're going to interview him here at halftime. Good little family Tom has. Got three little ones there running around. Veldkamp, little quick screen, gets it to Martin. Martin cuts to the outside. Down the sideline. He's going to get to around the 5, maybe the 4-yard line. And there's a flag. Flag somewhere around the 10-yard line. That had to have happened during the run. And that may be what they call illegal use of the hands against South Warren. So if they're telling them to back away, so during the run, probably someone grabbed a hold of a Greenwood jersey more than likely is what that's going to be. So they're going to talk about it, huddle it up. It's never any good when the officials get together and huddle up, is it?
No.
You don't see that happen very often in soccer, though, do you?
Not really, but when they do, it's never good.
Yeah. Well, when you have in soccer, you have a head referee, and pretty much what he says goes or she says goes, right?
Correct.
And you have the two on the side there, and they're pretty much to determine possession, right?
Yeah, they help out
a little bit if they're asked, right?
Yeah,
They can't just run out and say, "Whoa, wait a minute here."
Well, they can raise their flag, wave it around, but no flag.
All right, they're waving the flag off. Okay, there is no penalty. So the Spartans will have it deep in in Greenwood territory. So at 48 seconds, it'll be first and goal at the 7-8 yard line. No sounds. Okay. All right. I'll turn you up there. Got to listen closely.
She says hi.
Okay. Hi, Alex. There we go. Says hi back. Okay. Yeah. I'm sure it's one of the few times you're soft-spoken. When you're out on the soccer field, I know you got to do a lot of yelling because the guys can be quite a ways away from you.
Yes, I try to stay calm. It doesn't work all the time.
It doesn't work, does it?
No.
Not with a bunch of high school kids, is it? All right, now what do we got going on here? Now referee explained to William Howard. And I think he was wanting to move South Warren back to keep them from possibly scoring. It makes it just a little bit easier now for the Spartans. Veldkamp got the offense ready. As soon as the referee says, let's go, starts the clock. Looking to pass, going to throw it over here on the side to Bell. Touchdown. Avron Bell. And that will go about, they're going to say 4 yards. All right. So Avron Bell as the Spartans score again. You have any of these football players in class?
I have a couple of them. I've had a lot of them in the past, though, too. Right, Eldar used to play soccer for us.
Okay. Used to?
Yes. He's a pretty good kicker and wide receiver, so
yeah,
that's all right.
Pretty good, yeah. He's serving the school well, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
All right, so Veldkamp and then Dersovic with the kick, and is now 29-8 with 42 seconds left to go here at the half. Tom Alexander, the soccer coach for South Warren, is joining us here, as we appreciate him doing that and give him a chance. You know, we had you a couple of times during the season that we were able to live stream, and of course that opening match at South Warren, boy, against Warren Central, boy, a 1-0 win to start the season.
Yeah, that was one of our first games, and the beginning of the season was crazy. We had so many people that were out with COVID quarantines and injuries, and I know Central was going through the same stuff, so it was nice to get that one. Really helped us out with our seeding purposes for the district tournament.
Well, and then, of course, you knew you'd probably face Warren Central at some point later on in the season, didn't you?
Oh, for sure. So
onside kick recovered by the Gators, so they'll have it with 41 seconds, the ball near midfield. and let's see what kind of hurry up that William Howard will do for Greenwood. Now, last year, of course, state runners-up. What a feeling that had to be.
Yeah, that was us. Well, we knew that we would be pretty solid with that senior class that we had, and we were just, at that point, we were just thankful to even get a season in. So I didn't think that we were even going to be able to play, and then to get to the state championship game was a really special year, something that we'll never forget.
At what point during the season or postseason did you feel like we've got a shot?
I mean, to be honest, it was at the beginning of the season.
So going into the season, you really thought you had a chance. Lofton, Howard's going to throw it, and that's incomplete. Tried to hit Mateos, and wasn't even close. It'd be 2nd and 10 with 35 seconds to go for Greenwood. Oh, and we got a penalty against South Warren, roughing the passer. Oh, wow. We've had quite a few penalties here in the first half.
There's been a lot of them.
Well, that's the one thing in soccer, they don't have a flag to throw. They have those yellow and red cards, though, right?
Yeah, we try to avoid those as much as possible.
Well, I know these coaches try to avoid these yellow flags, too. But, those things do happen. And I mean, there is a lot of contact in your sport.
Yes, sir. Lots of it.
Yeah.
A lot more than people think.
Yeah. I mean, if you've not watched a soccer match, there's some pushing and elbowing and some diving with the feet.
Yes.
So to speak. As the Gators here move it inside the 39-yard line of South Warren. Back to pass. Howard's going to throw it. And it is tipped out there, and it's intercepted. And that's Preston Burns coming away with it for South Warren. He's to the 30, and they tackle him at the 31. A second interception of the night for South Warren. They'll have it with 24 seconds, and don't put it out of Brandon Smith's thought to maybe try to do something here pretty quick. In soccer, it's a little tougher to come from behind, so you get a couple of scores down than in football. Football, you can, you've got so many more players, so many different things you can do. But soccer, you get down a couple of goals, it's kind of tough, isn't it?
It's really hard to come back. So, hopefully we can get another score here.
All right, 29-8 South Warren with 24 seconds to go in the half. We'll get more in depth here with Tom Alexander, the South Warren boys soccer coach, here in just a couple of minutes. The season wrapped up earlier this week. And we got another delay of game. Well, you can do a delay of game in soccer without getting penalized for it. You just kind of kick it into the backfield there and just kind of pass it around, can't you?
Yeah, or we kick it out of bounds or stand in front of a play, or like when they have a free kick, normally we end up getting yellow cards, and that ends that pretty quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to get the red card.
No, the red cards are bad.
Yeah, that costs you a game or two, doesn't it?
Yes.
Here's a handoff to Martin. Martin jutes his way across the 30, out near the 35, and that may be the last play of the half. And I think that will do it. Spartans are going to head to the locker room here at halftime, leading 29-8 over Greenwood. As you see them head off, we're going to come back and we'll get more in depth as we talk with Tom Alexander of South Warren. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
What can a huge law firm do for you? A paralegal can take your every call. Your file may be sent out of state. You're unlikely to ever meet the attorney you see on TV. Do you really want a huge law firm with hundreds of lawyers? If the answer is no, call me. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Leachman Buick GMC.
Welcome back here to our Warren County Public Schools live stream. Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff, and the good-looking guy there is Tom Alexander. He's the head boys soccer coach for South Warren, and we've talked a little bit with him. And, you know, early on in the season, kind of warm as we were talking off camera, those cramps early in the season with that hot weather, because I know when we did that first match with Warren Central at Warren Central, it was rather warm that night. I think it was low 90s.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time. We'd much rather prefer the season to start a little bit later so we don't have to deal with the heat and the heat index. And but we have to do what KHSA tells us to do. Just roll with it.
Now, the season ended on Monday night, not the way you wanted, losing to Davis County 4-1 on the road. Tell us a little bit about that soccer match Monday night.
You know, we came out relatively strong. We had the first goal, and then we just started making a lot of uncharacteristic errors. Like we didn't have a problem with communication all year. We kind of started to have some issues there, and then just I think the first goal kind of messed with our confidence. And we had a pretty young team still. So once all those young kids kind of got in there in the state tournament, I think we didn't deal with that pressure as well as we should have.
Did you feel like this year's team, postseason-wise, had a shot to maybe repeat?
At the beginning of the year,
or even once you got into district and region play, did you feel like you get to the state playoffs that you had a shot?
Well, getting out of the region, I won't lie, we were a little surprised about that one. I mean, Central was really good this year, but we knew our defense was really strong. It's just a matter of if we could score some goals. And you know, I thought our defense was our strength this year, and if our defense could carry us as far as they did, I mean, they carried us through the district tournament, they carried us through the region tournament, just kind of fell apart in that first state game.
8 shutouts. That's pretty remarkable for your squad.
Yeah. You know, David Brown and Safet Sipich were our 2 center backs this year. They really kind of helped keep us organized, keep us calm. David's only a junior, but I mean, he's a 3-year varsity player, a 3-year starter. So he had a lot of experience, and you know, I've told Safet I've been really proud of him. He's been on varsity for 2 years, but he didn't really see much of the field last year, and then this year stepped into a big role. He did really well.
You know, Aiden Pierce only allowed 17 goals. He was your primary goalie this year.
Aiden was. So he did well as his first year, kind of stepping in and getting big minutes like that too. You know, I think the state game was definitely a learning experience for him, and I know he's going to come back stronger and ready to go next year.
How many did you lose off this year's team?
We lose 6 seniors.
Okay.
So.
You know, that's a fair amount, but yet, you know, you got your younger guys a lot of experience this year.
Yeah, we had a lot of our young guys saw a lot of minutes, and they played a lot, and I think they'll be ready to step into bigger roles next year. A lot of our sophomores, we kind of told them that this was a learning year for them, and that by the time that they're juniors, they need to be ready to step in and fulfill those bigger roles.
You know, you don't shy away from competition. You know, you went up and you were going to play in that showcase up in the Lexington area, but you know, we know how the COVID things happen, and that hurt you right there.
So the Lexington tournament's great. It's really difficult because we only go to Lexington and then go to McCracken County. That's just a lot on our players with the travel and overnights, and our parents having to stay 2 overnight trips. So next year we'll probably narrow it down to 1. We'll probably go back to McCracken because it's near the end of the year. It's kind of a good showcase for us to get ourselves prepared for the district tournament, because I think we have one of the toughest districts in the state.
Oh, there's no doubt that because whoever wins this district and runner-up usually is in the region finals also.
Yeah, I mean, it's been like that since I've started. So, you know, I think our district is it's really tough. We never know who's really going to have some new players come in, because every year one team gets some new players, and it can like switch the whole outlook of a season. You know, like Central had Demir come back, and Demir's one of the top players in the state, if not the best player in the state. So that changed there. You know, we've had some guys move in, and that's completely changed our look of things. And I know Greenwood's had the same, and Bowling Green's always has the same. They're going to be even better with Craig back there. So,
you know, how have you seen soccer grow from when you started the South Warren program 10 years ago to today? Tell me about the difference in how things have changed.
Yeah, so when we first started, we had one senior, and we were just trying to kind of survive. So,
did you know what you were getting into when you accepted the head coaching position?
Yeah, I knew that we could have something special and that we could build something special here. I knew it was going to take time. I knew it wasn't going to be it wasn't like, hey, first year we're going to be able to run with it. I think a lot of people kind of forget those first 2 or 3 years that we had. They were rough, and we were playing lots of guys that weren't really ready for a varsity experience, and they had to kind of step up and grow into it. And those young ones did a good job of kind of paving the way for what we can do now. So, I mean, when we first started out here, AJ was actually the assistant coach out there out south with me. And we kind of said, we sat down and we're like, well, let's try to get a 4-year plan. And we thought that within 4 years, we should be more competitive within the district. And we finally got to a district final, I think, in year 3. And that kind of, was our first time breaking through and getting in there. You know, those first years were rough. Everybody kind of just assumes that we've always been good and we've always been able to just do what we've been doing. And, you know, to think about it now, having 4 out of the last 6 region championships is just something that we never even really thought about those first couple of years.
Those first couple of years, did you go home and Alex look at you and say, did you really get into this for this? Or, you know, did she question, question you saying, are you sure you want to do this for the rest of your life? Or
yeah. No, she's pretty supportive of me. She knows that that some seasons are rougher than others, and she lets me know when I'm too grumpy, and that I need to just kind of focus on everything else. But she's really supportive, and the boys are really supportive too.
Well, I'd say that's one thing that's probably helped you when you come home to de-stress quickly as you walk in and you've got these 3 kids waiting on you when you walk in the door.
Yeah, it's always nice to see them, and it's better after wins, obviously. Yeah. They were really excited when we brought that state runner-up trophy home. They were excited when they saw the region championship. They like seeing those. So, and then they were watching or listening to part of the state game this year, and we got scored on, and Miles was like, "That's not good," and so I mean they're starting to understand the game more now, and they always want to play. So we were just playing in the backyard tonight, so I love playing with them. It's nice to see them starting to develop a love for soccer too.
And I know you've taken Miles with you. That I'll be watching. We're doing the live stream, and I see this little man running over there, and I see you're saying, "Come here!" You know, I mean, during the middle of a match, you know, you've got him with you on the side.
Yeah.
Is he showing interest in wanting to play the game?
Yeah, he's playing some club soccer right now.
Okay.
He likes it. He likes playing goalkeeper. So I was like, "Son, there's no goalkeepers in this family." And then his doctor said he's going to be 6'2", and I said, "Well, you want to be a goalkeeper still?" So
okay.
He loves playing goalkeeper. He's doing a really good job with it. I'm really proud of him.
Okay. All right, what's the future for South Warren soccer? Tell us a little bit. What can we expect next year out of your team?
I think next year we're still going to be focusing on our defense. Our defense is going to be one of our strong suits, and I think that you'll see a little bit more of a more cohesive team next year. I think you'll see more of hopefully a more physically mature team. We should have more seniors next year. We should have more juniors next year than we did this current year. I think that we're going to look to play a little bit more aggressive next year, and I hope that we can push more numbers forward and try to create more goal-scoring opportunities that way.
Do you see more interest in the sport of soccer now than, say, 10 years ago?
I think that in Bowling Green, with some of our like international communities, we've always had a really strong interest. I think that one of the hardest things that like we have to deal with as coaches is trying to get some of these different players that come from different areas to play within a system and to play together. And I think that the interest is always there. I think we're starting to see more and more success with it, though.
All right. Well, I appreciate you taking time out. I know you want to get back and get home to the family here in a little bit. Appreciate you coming and telling us about your program, and look forward to live streaming more soccer next year involving not only you but the other Warren County Public School teams.
That'd be great. I'm excited. Hey, Miles. Hey, Lincoln.
All right, there you go.
There you go.
Dad says hi. Scott says hi. Appreciate it. Hi, Alex, too. We can't forget about Alex. All right, it's 29-8 here at halftime. Tom Alexander, the boys soccer coach here at South Warren, for joining us. Appreciate it. We'll see you soon. All right, see you soon. All right, thanks. All right, it's halftime. The Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And a moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Flora Templeton Stewart worked her way through college as a waitress and single mother. She was the first female attorney to open a law practice in Warren County and overcame many obstacles. Flora Templeton Stewart, an injury lawyer with the strength and determination to fight for you. If you have been seriously injured in a car or truck accident, call the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart at 1-888-782-9090.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be, for generations to come.
Back here on our Warren County Public Schools Sports Network live stream, the Greenwood Gators trail the South Warren Spartans 29-8 here at halftime. Appreciate Michael Lang, Greenwood High School golfer, for joining us, and also Tom Alexander, the boys soccer coach here, as his team fell 4-1 to Davis County earlier this week to end their postseason hopes of possibly repeating as state runners-up. It's 29-8 as South Warren got on the board in the first quarter at the 6:32 mark. Keegan Milby, a 50-yard pass from Veltkamp as he snuck behind the defense. Dursevic's kick, 7-0. Well, here comes Greenwood in the second quarter at the 10:51 mark. A 1-yard run by the quarterback, Salke. And then Lofton Howard's run made it 8-7. And from there, 3 straight scores for the Spartans. 8:28 Mark Kobe Martin, a 6-yard run. 2:36 Mark Veltkamp, a 1-yard run. And then at 42 seconds, Averin Bell, a 4-yard pass from Veltkamp. And it's 29-8 as Dursevic's kick was good. Both teams have come back out onto the field as they prepare for the second half here tonight. We'll come back with second half action as you are watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
What can a huge law firm do for you? A paralegal can take your every call. Your file may be sent out of state. You're unlikely to ever meet the attorney you see on TV. Do you really want a huge law firm with hundreds of lawyers? If the answer is no, call me. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
South Warren scheduled to get the second half kickoff after Greenwood had possession to start the game here tonight, 29-8. Last score we saw, Warren Central was up on Marshall County, 8-7. Trying to find you a score on Franklin Simpson and Warren East. We'll try to get that for you. So once we get those scores, we'll get it to you. But just thanks once again, Michael Lang and Tom Alexander for joining us here at halftime. Appreciate everybody, checking us out and watching and letting us know that you were watching. South Warren has scored 22 straight points after Greenwood took that 8-7 lead. And here we go. Taken by Durcevic, 25. He's out across the 35 to the 36. And that's where the Spartans will take over 1st and 10. Leading Greenwood in this 5A District 2 battle. 2-0 South Warren, Greenwood 1-1 in district play. Cross-country teams were in action up at Hardin County, regional action. Not seen any results posted just yet, but all 4 Warren County Public Schools teams were participating this weekend. The 2A today, and I think 3A is maybe tomorrow. The handoffs just straight ahead. Kobe Martin out to about the 40. Give him 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7. For South Warren. Lofton Howard on the tackle for Greenwood. Franklin Simpson leading Warren East 28-0. That's in the 3rd quarter. And they're about midway through that 3rd quarter right now. Veldkamp gives it in there. Martin near the 44-yard line, going to be a couple of yards shy of the 1st down. Just a few minutes ago at halftime, Warren Central was trailing Marshall County 27-26. Dragons looking to get their first win in about 5 years, can they come from behind in the second half? Let's hope so. Veldkamp moves his man into position. Give it to Martin. Martin's got the first down out to around the 47-yard line. Should be right on the first down marker. That's going to be just shy, be 4th and inches. Spartans will go for it, leading 29-8 here in the third quarter. Veldkamp looking to pass on 4th down, and it's incomplete. Intended for Milby. Threw it into the ground, and Brandon Smith not happy over there. Took his headset off, and he didn't have to at all. So the Gators will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 at the South Warren 46-yard lines where they'll mark it. So the Gators trailing. Salke gives it around the left end. 35 to around the 30. That'll be a first down for Trussell. Marquise Trussell on the carry for the Gators. And that'll move the chains for the Gators. Greenwood volleyball team be in action on Tuesday night down in Russellville. That's the site of the 4th Region Volleyball Championships. They'll take on Allen County Scottsville at 8 o'clock. Telltale long. Nowhere to go. Is going to be tackled for a loss back to the 35. Lose about 5. As the Spartans defense was all over that right there. A cool evening, finally getting some good football weather here tonight. We're in the 50s. First time we've been this cool for our football live streams. This will be our last Football Friday live stream. We'll have a little time off. We'll be back with you with our winter schedule. And there's a pass complete to Jalen Brock. And he's going to get maybe a yard before he's hit. David Hudson leading the way on the tackle for South Warren. Third down for Greenwood. Ball on the South Warren 34-yard line. 8:45 here in the third quarter. Here very soon we'll release our winter schedule as we're still gathering a couple of the winter sports, and we'll have that schedule for you here very soon as we get it all put together. We sure appreciate everyone joining us on our fall part, and there's delay a game against Greenwood, or did they get a timeout? They got a timeout called just in time. All right. We'll take timeout. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Ask any woman if size matters and she'll tell you no. It's money that matters. The settlement we get for you has nothing to do with the size of a law firm, but everything to do with the skill of your attorney. I've provided personal representation for those hurt in car accidents for over 45 years and collected millions from my clients. When fighting big insurance, it's not the size of the firm, but the skill of the attorney. After all, David took down Goliath, just like we take down big insurance. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
They come back with a quick pass for Greenwood. It's incomplete. Now it'll be 4th down. As the pressure was brought by South Warren. So it'll be 4th down. Greenwood will go for it here. They're trailing 29-8. We're in the 3rd quarter. The ball is at the 34-yard line of South Warren. They've got to get down to around the 21. Rolling to his right, Salke gets away from the defender or rather from the defense, and alters that pass. Averin Bell on the coverage for South Warren, and Greenwood gives it up on downs. And the Spartans will start 1st and 10 from their own 34-yard line. Thanks to all of our coaches, volleyball and soccer, football for our fall part of our schedule. We appreciate you, our athletic directors and principals, and everybody making us feel so welcome. We appreciate that as Mike and I get a little time off here from the live streams, but we'll be back with you very soon once that winter schedule is put together. Just keep it on the ground. And it was going to be Kobe Martin again. He's handled a bunch of the rushes tonight for South Warren. They don't waste much time in that huddle. They get it, get up to the line of scrimmage, and then they'll make a change if they need to. 2nd down and 5, South Warren. Martin again. Right about the 40, 2 more. It's going to bring up 3rd down and about 4 still. Thanks to the folks at Prep Spin, William Moorfield at Prep Spin, Curtis Mackley with Mingy Beef Jerky, our platform sponsors. We sure appreciate all they do to help us bring you these games live and in HD, free. And for the so many platforms that we're able to use and broadcast from. Back to pass. Veldkamp's got a man complete. That'll be good enough for a 1st down, and that will be in Greenwood territory. Givens on the reception, Drew Givens. So that moves the chains. They'll stop the clock momentarily, move the chains, and then they'll refire it up at 7:05, 3rd quarter. South Warren. Turned it over on downs the first time they had it here in the 3rd quarter. This is their 2nd possession. Back to pass is Veldkamp. Little screen, it's complete. That's Milby down the sideline, and he is brought down around the 30. That'll be another Spartan 1st down. South Warren has won 6 of the previous 8 meetings. South Warren, of course, formed in 2011, spent a couple of years, 11 and 12, as a JV program, building up as a new school, and then 2013, first year of varsity play. South Warren's won 6 of the 8 meetings before tonight. Kobe Martin just right behind his big offensive line. Still working their way. Preston Parks, Corey Bitteringly, Zach Goodwin, Michael LaRue, and Dalton Smith. Been the offensive lineman all year for South Warren. Hard to believe, they've not missed any time. They've not missed by injuries that I'm aware of. And, you have an offensive line do that, you got a lot of good things can happen as you see the Spartans student section across the way. Veldkamp keeps it. Dives forward. Paul Smith wraps him up for Greenwood. Gets down near the 21-yard line. That's going to be pretty close to a 1st down. And it will be good enough by about a yard. Just keeping it on the ground. 5:49, 3rd quarter, up 29-8 over Greenwood. South Warren, the number 2 team in 5A. Greenwood, after a 5-0 start, was in the top 10 at one time. Back to pass. Veltkamp on the screen. It's complete, but the Gators snuff it out. Kobe Martin and Jared Brock, along with a couple of other Gators right there. Paul Smith to stop him from gaining much more. Got back to the line of scrimmage. That's it, 2nd and 10. "12 seconds on the play clock. Veldkamp now gets the team ready. Low snap. Back to pass. Going to throw it to the far side over there, and that's complete. Touchdown to Snell. And that will cover 21 yards. 4:47 mark here in the third quarter. So Tyler Snell, 21-yard pass from Veldkamp. 35-8. South Warren's lead. Durcevic to attempt the extra point. And the kick is good. 36-8. South Warren leading Greenwood. This is the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
That familiar sound of rubber and wood floor. The feel of the ball passing between hands and air. The squeaking of the sneakers. And a moment of silent breath, thankfully followed by the whipping of net. And the reward after. This is a moment to remember. This is a Mingy moment.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC.
Durcevic to kick off. Booms another one. And that one's going to go as a touchback as it got just inside the little marker over there before going out of bounds. So Greenwood will start at its own 20-yard line. A couple of their drives, they've had good field positions. You get a good look at some of the Gator fans. A little young man there, got his Atlanta Braves hat on. I think he and Mike Cleff were talking a little baseball before the football game tonight. 4:47, third quarter, 36-8, Greenwood trailing South Warren. Cutting to the outside. On the run is Marquise Trussell. Jake Burton on the tackle. I believe we have a flag on the play. And it's a hold against Greenwood. It'll be first down from, they're going to put it on the 10, right on the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 20. For the Gators. You get a good look. Great having Mike Cleff back on the camera. Had to do a little double duty last week. Didn't mind doing it. And into the backfield, tackled inside the 5 or right around the 5 was Ira Mateos. He never got any type of traction going there off the handoff. All the way back to the 5. Be 2nd down and 25. For the Gators, 4:05 mark here in the third quarter. All 4 Warren County Public Schools teams in action next week. All are on the road. So we will not have a Football Friday live stream next week. This will be our last one for a few weeks. So we get our winter schedule put together for you. Been a blast. Gone by in a hurry, too. They give it to Trussell, and he's going to lose back to about the 3-yard line. Burton there making the initial hit for South Warren. They're going to give him progress to the 5-yard line, so no gain. You get a good look here at South Warren tonight. Fans for Greenwood down below us. Gators come up, line of scrimmage. James Salke, the quarterback, under center. Going to give Trussell, and he fumbled it, and then it was recovered by the center, Cadillac Jessup. And that saved a potential either touchdown for South Warren or a safety, as it's recovered back at the 1-yard line. So Jackson Freeland will stand. He is barely in bounds in the back of the end zone. And Freeland's double checking where he is standing. Gets a decent snap, quick kick, and it's going to be fielded around the 28-yard line, and that's about it by Dersovic. So the Spartans will get good field position, and we got another flag. Let's see if it happened during the run back or during the punt. As we are waiting on our officials to make, it's going to be a personal foul, I think, against South Warren. Personal foul against South Warren. Still be 4th down, so it gives a little more room for Greenwood to punt. Instead of standing in the back of his end zone, Freeland now will be able to stand around the 5. Aaron Bell and Dersovic back deep for South Warren. Make sure Freeland gets the punt off, gets a good snap, high end-over-end kick. Takes a Greenwood bounce and will go out of bounds around the 47-yard line. All right, to 48, 49. All right, they're going to say 49-yard line. So South Warren will take over in Greenwood territory. 2:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter. 29 unanswered points scored by South Warren. They lead at 36-8. Spartans will have to hurry as they come from the sideline with the plays. We're down to 14 on the play clock. Now they get set at 10 seconds. Keeper has got a new quarterback in for South Warren, and that is Bryce Button. We've seen him a time or two this year. 6'1", 170 freshman, Bryce Button. Get a little action tonight, give Veldkamp a little rest. All the Spartans have a nice size lead at the moment, 1:40. Button likely the quarterback next year for the varsity team. Gives it in there to Sales. Jimmy Sales speeds down to the 35. That'll be good enough for a 1st down for the Spartans, 1st and 10. Chains move. The clock is running at 1:20 now, 3rd quarter. Luke Burton getting in, brings a play from the sidelines. Dursevich is in there with him. Dursevich comes as a wide out. Sails to the right of Button. Back to pass. Button looking down the sideline. Dursevich has it knocked out of his hands. Downfield for Greenwood, Andrew Hatcher, one of the guys down there, along with a couple of other Gators, and we've got a couple of guys down. Both the Gators and the Spartans look like the Gator with a cramp. And the Spartan down also. They're tending to him. Training staff here does a great job for all these schools. .50 seconds to go here in the third quarter as they tend to the Spartan player. And while they're tending to him, we'll take a timeout. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Flora Templeton Stewart worked her way through college as a waitress and single mother. She was the first female attorney to open a law practice in Warren County and overcame many obstacles. Flora Templeton Stewart, an injury lawyer with the strength and determination to fight for you. If you have been seriously injured in a car or truck accident, call the law firm of Flora Templeton Stewart at 1-888-782-9090.
Both players walking off. As you can see, the South Warren player there being helped off a little bit. Hopefully it's nothing more than maybe a little light sprain or a turn or something. Greenwood player hopped up. Second down at about 10 for the Spartans after the injury timeout with 50 seconds to go, third quarter. Button gives it in their sails off the right side. Inside the 30 to the 29. Give him maybe 5. Be third down about 5. Maybe 6. Third about 4. Colton Smith on the tackle for Greenwood. Beltcamp back in now. Gave him a little breather. Handoff in there to Shoemaker. I'm sorry, that is Evan Lee. I saw a 5, didn't see the one there. Evan Lee, senior running back. Be fourth down at about 2 as the third quarter comes to an end. It's Greenwood trailing South Warren 36-8. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, Franklin Simpson in the fourth quarter leading Warren East 41-7. Warren Central was trailing Marshall County 27-26 last we saw. Trying to get you an update on that score. Veldkamp on the handoff. Evan Lee on the carry again for South Warren. Get him about 11 or 12. It'll be a first down for South Warren, leading 36-8. Spartans waste no time. Lee again. Pushed right back. Maybe to the line of scrimmage. Second down 10, no gain. 11:24 to go in the game. South Warren looking to win their 7th in a row. Greenwood trying to avoid losing their 2nd in a row. And 3 out of their last 4. This is a 4-team district, though. There's throw deep and just out of the reach of Bell. Well, Bell's got some speed. Be 3rd down and 10 for the Spartans. At the Greenwood 23-yard line. That stops the clock on the incomplete pass. Veldkamp under center, one of those rare times. And fumble, they knocked out of his hands, and Greenwood's come up with it. The Gators come up with it. Lofton Howard comes up with a big play. So the Gators now trailing 36-8 will get it off the fumble. As they just stripped it out of Veldkamp's hand before he could do anything. They'd made some great penetration across the line, didn't give him a chance to hand it off or anything. Salke back in at quarterback, looking to pass. He's got pressure from Burton, throws out in the flat, nobody there. As he got pressure in a hurry into the backfield, and he had to throw that on his back heels. Bring up 2nd and 10. So the Gators started out 5-0, lost to Glasgow, beat Christian County, lost to Bowling Green, and on the verge of losing to South Warren here tonight. They'll be on the road at Apollo next Friday night, and then there'll be playoff action. A loss tonight, and they'll be the 3 seed. Oh, over the middle is complete. Mateos to the 35. They'll bring up 3rd down. Tyler Snell, one of the guys there on the tackle for South Warren. Gators about 2 yards shy as the ball just across the 35. 10:20 to go in the game. Under center. Oh, fumble. Mateos comes up with it, and there's nowhere to go. Burton right there. And Snell, make sure he doesn't go anywhere. They're going to lose back to around the 30-yard line. Fortunate that they fell right back on it. So the Gators will have to punt it away as we're under 10 minutes to go in the game. Freeland will punt once again for Greenwood. Freeland stands back around his own 20. They don't pressure him. Bell takes it around the 37-yard line. He's got some speed up the hash mark, the across the way, and he's in Gator territory to around the 39-yard line. So the Spartans, thanks to Averin Bell's punt return, first and 10, deep in Greenwood territory to 39. 9:24 to go in the game. Spartans will be on the road at Logan County next Friday night. Veldkamp, a quick out on the sideline across the way. And it is complete to Josh Thompson, a 5'9" senior. No relation. Give him about 4 on the play. Handoff. Kobe Martin, nowhere to go. Boy, he was hit in a hurry. Trying to hit a little gap there. Nowhere to go. That up front group for Greenwood made sure of that. They controlled the line of scrimmage on that play. Third down and about 4 for South Warren. Right around the 31-yard line of Greenwood. Rolling to his left, Veldkamp looking, finally throws, man on the sidelines, and it is complete. Drew Givens with another catch, and that'll be good enough for a Spartan first down. They take their time. They have a 39-8 lead. Greenwood led at 1.87. Since then, it's been all South Warren. That was at the 10:51 mark. Didn't take them long to come back. Veldkamp's throw quickly, and it is over the head of Drew Givens. Be second and 10. South Warren with 7:47 remaining. They're leading Greenwood 36-8. Franklin Simpson was up big on Warren East. And Warren Central was trailing Marshall County by 1. Trying to update you on some scores here in just a little bit. Back to pass. Veldkamp going to throw to the end zone. He's got a man. Touchdown. Tyler Snell. That's going to cover 24 yards this time. So Veldkamp with another passing touchdown. This is at the 7:41 mark here in the fourth quarter. And that makes it 42-8. Waiting for people to get in the huddle there so they can go for the extra point. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Veldkamp gives it to Kobe Martin. Martin's going to run, and he's going to be denied. So the run fails. They were trying to get to that 36-point mark. It's 42-8. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
woman if size matters, and she'll tell you no. It's money that matters. The settlement we get for you has nothing to do with the size of a law firm, but everything to do with the skill of your attorney. I've provided personal representation for those hurt in car accidents for over 45 years and collected millions from my clients. When fighting big insurance, it's not the size of the firm, but the skill of the attorney. After all, David took down Goliath, just like we take down big insurance. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
Kickoff taken by the Gators and Drew Hatcher, and he is hit downfield. Trenton Leach making the initial hit for South Warren. So the Gators will have it once again inside their 20. Final from Franklin Simpson. The Wildcats beat the Raiders of Warren East 41-14 tonight. A little surprised at that score. The Gators trying a little screen outside. Intended for Telltale Long, and it was just a little short, and he's diving for it, and incomplete. Stops the clock. 7:24 to go in the game. South Warren leading 42-8. Bowling Green beat Christian County 37-0 tonight. Salke has a man, and it is intercepted, or let's see what they say. That's Sales, number 1. Are they going to say it's incomplete pass? So Sales denied the interception. It'll be third down for Greenwood, 3rd and 10. Gators come up to the line of scrimmage. Back to pass, Salke. Throw sidearm, incomplete. Tried to hit Long. Long got turned the wrong way. And they bring up 4th down for Greenwood with 7:14. They're going to kick it. Trailing 42-8. Freeland back to punt. Inside his 5 again. Several times he's had to punt from deep. Gets off a nice kick there. Goes sideways. Did not do the Gators any favors, and South Warren will get it at the Greenwood 37-yard line, but there is a flag on the play near where the ball was downed. A lot of penalty flags thrown tonight. It's a hold against South Warren. That cost them 10 from the spot of the foul. So the Spartans offense meets on the far side. And they'll come onto the field ready to go. They have 7:05 remaining in the game, and they lead it 42-8. Davis County beat Apollo 43-21. Greenwood's on the road at Apollo next week. Sales on the carry for South Warren. Nowhere to go. Gray Price, one of those Greenwood Gators, making a tackle. Chilly evening here at South Warren. We're in the low to mid-50s. The Spartans leading by 34. Sales gets hit. Once again, Gray Price making the initial hit for Greenwood. Clock continues to roll as South Warren keeps it on the ground. We're nearing the 6-minute mark to go in the game. Fumble, falling right on it, Bryce Button. Missed handoff there, missed a little communication there. And Button fortunately fell on it. I think it was supposed to go to Sales. Spartans looking to go 8-1 on the season. Win their 7th in a row as they head into Logan County next Friday night. Button, just a little quick kick on 4th down. Takes a Spartan bounce. And it'll be downed at the 25. So Greenwood will have it. So the Gators with 5:14 remaining will have it. Trailing 42-8. They'll try to right the ship next week at Apollo before heading into the playoffs. Salke rolling left, throws, and he's got a man, and it's complete. Mateos. And that'll be good enough for a Gator first down out to the 41-yard line. A couple of Spartans right there to make the tackle. Gators bring it up to the line of scrimmage. Rolling to his right, Salke throws on the move downfield, got a man, and it is incomplete. And there comes a late flag. That's going to be pass interference against South Warren. Of course, it's not a spot foul. It'll be a 15-yarder from the line of scrimmage. So I'll put the ball in South Warren territory for the Greenwood Gators. 1st and 10, Greenwood at the South Warren 44-yard line. First and 10 for the Gators. Come up to the line of scrimmage. They give it in there on the run to Mateos, and gonna lose as he gets hit in the backfield. And we got a flag on the play. Got an injured player down. Sorry, I thought there was a flag, but it's an injured player. Not sure what happened there. Just looking at a spot on the field I thought was a flag thrown, but you see William Howard there, Greenwood coach, as they tend to the Gator that's down. We're at 4:23 to go in the game. South Warren 42, Greenwood 8. As they tend to the player, will step out. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Ask any woman if size matters and she'll tell you no. It's money that matters. The settlement we get for you has nothing to do with the size of a law firm, but everything to do with the skill of your attorney. I've provided personal representation for those hurt in car accidents for over 45 years and collected millions from my clients. When fighting big insurance, it's not the size of the firm, but the skill of the attorney. After all, David took down Goliath, just like we take down big insurance. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
Injured player helped off for Greenwood. So the Gators, first and 10, I think they did call a penalty against South Warren. First and 10 at the 30 for Greenwood. Back to pass. Salke down near the goal line, and that's going to be incomplete. Jimmy Sales right there again, breaking that one up. It'll be second down for the Gators at the 30-yard line. Good defense by Sales. Man in motion. Back to pass. Salke throws, and it is going to be touchdown. Gators. Telltale long on a 30-yard pass. He got behind everybody. That comes at the 4:11 mark here in the fourth quarter. Gators will go for two. (42-14). Salke throws to the far corner, and it is knocked down by Preston Burns. 4:11 to go in the game. It's South Warren 42, Greenwood 14. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Gators will kick off. Will they go for a onside kick? I don't know. Okay, last we saw at the end of 3, Marshall County was leading Warren Central 27-26. Neither team scored in the third quarter. They'll be taken by Sales at the 15. And that's going to be about it, maybe to the 18. Judd Scott leading the tackle for the Greenwood Gators. We'll see how conservative that Brandon Smith wants to play it for South Warren. They have 4:04 remaining, and they're up 42-14. Spartans come from the sideline with the play ready to go. Brock Button, the quarterback. And a handoff. They go off the left side with it. P.J. Ward carries. Give him a couple. South Warren can just keep it on the ground. That'll eat a lot of time off. Got some new guys on the front line also. Button waiting for the play clock to go under 10. There they give it to him, and a couple more yards again for P.J. Ward. Still be third down about 8. So we roll under 3 minutes. Well, South Warren will be the 1 seed. Bowling Green will be the 2 seed. Greenwood will be 3, and then Christian County will be the 4 seed in this 5A District 2. Button, handoff, give it to Ward off the right side. He's going to be shy of the first down. He's still going to be 3-4 yards shy as he gets out. Across the 20, 21-yard line. Should be under 2 minutes when South Warren gets rid of this punt. About a 9-second difference between the play clock and the game clock. There's a punt into Greenwood territory. That was by Ethan Reynolds. Excuse me, no. That's, let's see here. Somebody we don't have on their roster. So it'll be Greenwood ball from their own 39-yard line. With 1:43 remaining, trailing 42-14. Timeout, Greenwood. You're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
Leachman Buick GMC is the #1 GMC dealership in Kentucky and multiple winner of the GM Mark of Excellence Award, and just recently achieved the #1 ranking as the most trusted GM service department in the Southeast United States. If something isn't right with your vehicle, no matter the make or model, just give Leachman a call. We offer a 15-minute diagnosis at no charge. Schedule your next visit at LeachmanAuto.com and discover why generations of customers choose Leachman Buick GMC.
What can a huge law firm do for you? A paralegal can take your every call. Your file may be sent out of state. You're unlikely to ever meet the attorney you see on TV. Do you really want a huge law firm with hundreds of lawyers? If the answer is no, call me. I'm Flora Templeton Stewart.
Oh, so close. Warren Central losing by 1 to Marshall County at home tonight, 27-26. Franklin Simpson beat Warren East 41-14. In at quarterback now for Greenwood is Ryan Huff, a freshman. Trying to get everybody on the field that they need. Jackson Freeland, the punter, also in there. Little end around here, they give it. That's Albert Banfu. Minute 25 remaining. But Greenwood will lose their second in a row. They'll go 6-3. They'll finish 1-2 in district play. South Warren will be 3-0 in district play. Will have won their 7th in a row and go 8-1. Fake. And going to be sacked for a loss. Ryan Huff, nowhere to go. Isaac Seabury on the tackle, a sophomore. Under a minute remaining. Greenwood will probably run one more play, and that should probably do it. tackling to his left. Ryan Huff going to be sacked. Seabury again on the tackle. That should do it right there. Greenwood probably will not run another play. That's going to be your final score right there. As Greenwood's not going to run another play. Your final score is going to be South Warren 42, Greenwood 14. As you see the teams walk across their handshake. Of course, Greenwood was split 10 years ago, and South Warren formed mainly off of the Greenwood because of how big they'd grown. So for the 7th time in 9-year meeting, South Warren has come away victorious, 42-14. We'll have a quick wrap when we come back as you're watching the Warren County Public Schools Sports Network.
The thing I know about Franklin Bank and Trust is that they are large enough to serve your banking needs, but small enough to know you.
We want to know our bank gives back to the community.
When I call my bank, I want to talk to a real person.
Yes, we need a local banker that we can depend on.
Franklin Bank and Trust wants to keep banking personal. That's why all of our banking decisions are made at the local level. That's what you do in a hometown bank. You put people first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Here on our post-game show, Scott Thompson, Mike Cleff, as South Warren 42-14. Greenwood early. Took an 8-7 lead early in the second quarter, but, they were bit by penalties, some turnovers early in the game, Mike.
Yeah, that really, Greenwood had such a good start and had a lot of positive things, but South Warren's defense really clamped down, and, of course, South Warren's offense so versatile, had some big plays, and of course they were able to stretch things out and finish things off. And the result was not a shock, Scott, but the start of the game certainly was. And again, the Gators definitely had the early momentum, but the Spartans answered. One thing that I'm sure both coaches this late in the season, the number of penalties, they're both probably addressing that right now. South Warren very happy with the win, but Coach Smith, he's going to say, guys, we get in the postseason when we got to clean up those penalties.
I don't think he showed everything in his playbook tonight because there's a chance they could meet in the playoffs again, or, you have scouts watching, see what you do. You don't show everything in a contest like this, and so it'll be interesting to see. Possibly could these two teams meet?
Right. And I thought that last score for Greenwood was important. I just think that, again, they had so many things that happened in especially in the stretch from late in the first quarter to early the second quarter. But then South Warren just had the answer. And I think what we saw, the Greenwood touchdown, that catch was spectacular. I mean, absolutely spectacular. But the Spartans showed tonight that they have a big play capability and not capability. They execute it, and they are able to score very quickly.
All right, Mike, this wraps up our fall season. This is our last live stream for a few weeks.
Okay.
We got to work on that winter schedule, some things, basketball coming up. I've already got wrestling scheduled, hopefully possibly some swimming and archery. We'll just have to see how things go between now and then.
Yeah, that's excited about that, and again, appreciate everybody checking us out, sampling us, and definitely spread the word. It's certainly we're in the midst of a very busy and hectic season, and looking forward to the winter sports.
All right, best wishes to everybody in postseason play. Once again, Warren Central comes up 1 point shy, losing to Marshall County 27-26 tonight.
Oh,
what a ball game over at Central. so close to getting their first win in 5 years, and then Franklin beating Warren East 41-14. Not quite sure I saw that coming.
No, I didn't see that one coming either. And Dragons Nation, just hang in there. It's coming. It's coming, no doubt about it. Tonight was a great example.
All right, Mike, appreciate the coffee tonight, too. They came in handy.
You're welcome. Anytime, partner.
All right. We'll see you soon.
All right, Scott. Look forward to it.
Appreciate
Can't wait.
it, Mike.
All right.
All right, your final again is South Warren 42, Greenwood 14. This wraps up our fall live stream schedule, and we appreciate everyone watching. You've been watching the Warren County Public Schools